Okay, so we're going to build the test unit for the NFC rig, and I'm going to show you the bits that you're going to need. So first thing is this board with all the holes in. We're going to need one of those. We're going to need one of these clear acrylic sheets. We're going to need 4 long threads, so these are the long ones. You're going to need 4 of those. You're going to need 6 of the medium-sized threads. So these are the 6 of these medium-sized bolts. And then you're going to need 8 of the smaller sized bolts. You're going to need 4 of these robot type head shape things. I'll just show you one of those individually. So you need 4 of these. You need 2 of these Space Invader type looking ones. So that's 2 of those. You need about 20 or so nuts, and these, all the nuts are the same. About 20 of those. You're going to need 1 reflective acrylic sheet. This is the mirrored stuff. And you're going to need a side panel. And you're going to need 2 of these. So these are side panels. And you'll see they've got the holes in. Okay, so that's everything you're going to need. So let's get started. First thing we do is we take a long thread and we take a nut and we'll put it on the long thread. And we do this for all the long threads until we have something that looks like that. So all of the long threads have got nuts on. We then take our clear perspex sheet, we put these long bolts into the perspex sheet, into the middle holes. So you go in the middle holes. We then turn this upside down and we put nuts over. Now we just tighten these up just by hand. So we're left with something that looks like that, where you've got the bolts go through and you have these raised nuts on the sides. So there you go. That's that done. We then put this to one side. We take the what should we do next? Take the mirrored glass. Actually, we'll do this now. Take that and we lay it like so. And we take a bolt, the shortest bolts. So these are the shortest bolts and these just go into here. 4 of these. And then we put a nut on the bottom or the top, depending on which way up you're going to do this. Okay, so we end up with the reflective panel on this sheet, and as you can see, just nuts and bolts holding it together. So, next step, we take one of the open blocks and we place that on the reflective surface, and we put a closed one over the top of that. We then take this and we flip it over, holding it like so. We then take a medium length bolt and we pop that in to the gap that's left, and we put another bolt in. So that leaves us with a thread that comes out. So this is a now closed off top part, bottom part. So now we have to put some bolts through there. So take a medium length bolt and we just pop that through like so. Medium bolt is now through. We do the same on this side. Take a medium bolt, pop it through, then take some nuts, and put those on the other side so that that thread is then held in place. So we have nuts. We do the same on the other side. So we take an open piece and we place that on the top surface, and then a closed piece, it's closed on top of that. We then place a medium bolt through like so, and then on top of that place another closed piece. So you end up with this sandwich holding this thread in, and then take two mediums and we just push them through. There's one, and then the second bolt gets pushed through. Take some nuts, press that in. Second that in. So we end up with a reflective panel on this piece of wood here. So, next thing, we begin assembly. So these are our side panels. We break them apart, so they are roughly this far apart. And this is a little bit tricky. So what we'll do first is we'll do the perspex sheet. Now the perspex sheet goes in, show you, there's some grooves on the perspex sheet. You can see those grooves out here. These go into these grooved holes on here. So perspex sheet in, and you can feed the bolt through and then place a nut over the bolt. So I'll show you how that looks from the inside. Turn this around actually so that it's correct. So I'll just show you how this looks before I put the bolt in, but if you see there's a bolt that runs through where my finger is now, and that goes through this perspex panel and out into this thread, and then we just put a nut through there. And again, it's just finger tightening. We're not tightening these up really tough at all. And then we just do the same with the bottom, exactly the same with the bottom hole. That's the same with the bottom, and you'll see that's now attached to there. So we can then take the other side, press the right way around, just bring it up to it, and you'll see now we just need to put these two other bolts in. So bring them up. Tighten that up a touch. And the next one. And then just tighten this up. So we're nearly there now. Okay, just tightening those up by finger again. So you can see we've got the basis of where we're going to place the phone now. So now we just need the reflective mirror so we can actually see the screen. And we just place that in usually about in the centre. So here we'll go about there. You want to make sure that it's level. So in this case there. So all I've done there is put the reflective panel through these two threads on these holes. So I've just opened it up and then popped it in. You can see that you can open it up quite easily and it'll just slot in. Doesn't matter exactly which hole you're going to. You can adjust the mirror accordingly. So if I then just tighten this up a touch. There we go, so that's that tightened up. So if I show you how this then works, you then put a USB cable into your phone. Let's see if I do. Not quite long enough though. So you can imagine this is now on charge and we're running the NFC Ring app. So what we do, I'll show you an app setup, or software for the app setup on another video, but what we do is we place it on here with the app running, and if you can imagine you're the worker's eyes now and you need to be able to see the screen, well you adjust the mirror so you can see the screen, and then whenever you hold a ring up to a phone, it will let you know if it's detected or not. So it's a way that we test every ring and it'll perform an action when you hold the ring up. So it's a way that worker can see the screen to get positive feedback when they're doing the initial production stages, and once this has got the software running it'll come up with the green screen, and it'll also give them the audio beep. So there you go. That's how to assemble it, and this is how you adjust it. Any questions, do get in touch.